Welcome back to Rogue Legacy with Brian, and last time we had just equipped this character, Sir Charles, who is an Archmage, has 3 different spells, he's a giant, and he's got ADHD, which is going to help him move faster. And we still have the same runes as last time, which give us a double jump and a little sprint dash kind of thing. Sadly, we have to give up the rest of our money in order to enter the castle. But let's go ahead and do some damage. I really like being a giant and having all of this reach. That is a nice, whoa, advantage. This is an interesting room that we haven't seen before. And I'll try to talk about it in a minute after I take out some of these guys who are shooting at me. So, there's a bunch of stacked barrels. I can break them with my sword, but I don't want to, because you can actually jump up. Oh dear, crap. Through them, except for I'm taking a bunch of damage. I have a spell too. That spell is not going to help me a ton in here. And there's something at the top. And so I kind of want to get to the top, and so I don't want to break the barrels yet. I do have a double jump, so I can probably afford to break a few of them if I need to. Crap, 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 crap. Oh my gosh, I've lost almost all my health. I need to break a few of them and hope there's some chicken legs in here. Or I could go somewhere else. Or I could use my time stop spell. Let's do that. Forgot about that. Gonna get up here, and then I'm gonna use time stop. Crap, I hit the wrong button. Alright, here's the chest that I wanted to get to. It just contained some gold. It wasn't worth it. Alright, I'm back on the axe spell, and let's go ahead and break all of these things. Alright, I used up most of my health in that room. Oh dear. And this room is not good for Brian. Okay. If I dash and immediately go down, I think I'll be okay. Alright, we're still alive. Oh, let's hope we don't die immediately. That would be very embarrassing. Alright, let's finish off the Grey Knight. Are you going to swing your sword? Give me enough room to get down there. I could use my spell, but you might be too close. Actually, I'm pretty sure I could use the spell right here. Let's use the axe, which swings in an arc, just like that. Alright, and okay, this guy... Can't remember if we've seen this guy before. If I get him on screen... that is not the right pause thing I wanted to do. He's a Corrupt Knight, I believe is his name, or Corrupt Vanguard. He's a reasonably difficult enemy. However, I have a spell that could deal with him, because he's off-screen. Corrupt Lord was his name. And so I just fired some knives into him off-screen, and killed him, and so that was great, except for there's another guy there. I'm going to fire some knives into him as well. Great, he's dead as well. Yeah, since I'm so low on health, I figure I should use my mana until I can restore some health. We got a fair amount of money from that, so that was good. Defeat all enemies. Alright, so there's the chest that I can unlock if I defeat all the enemies. There's some enemies over there that I think actually my axe spell could hit, and so let's try this. Oops. I accidentally paused the game and switched windows. Let's unpause. Alright, I managed to get him. I don't think I can kill that other enemy, though. That's a bummer. Yeah, I would need a different spell in order to be able to hit that other bad guy so that I could open this fairy chest, I think. And that spell can't go through walls, yeah. Alright. Fortunately, we have a chicken leg. We can restore some mana. Unfortunately, this is going to take us to a bad portion of the castle that we don't want to go into. And so... I'm going to teleport back to the beginning, and we'll try going a different direction. So I got off to a very rough start with this character, but I think this character has some possibilities. Oh dear, I forgot about this room! No, 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 no! Like I said, those wall turrets that just shoot fireballs, they're really my nemesis, even though they're completely predictable. Alright, so let's choose an heir. Here's an example of a dwarf. Hypergonadism attacks knock enemies back further. Basically, he's got super knockback. Sort of Skunky the Paladin. Glaucoma, not a good trait. You can't see things on the screen very well. Also not good for video. EHS, you conduct electricity really well, is a trait that I don't know that I've ever seen before. I don't know if it's a new trait as part of the new patch, or it's just very rare. And Flame Barrier for an Archmage. A Paladin who's a dwarf. I really want to show off dwarf because they can get into a lot of different rooms, and the extra knockback is a good trait, so we're going to try this guy out. I didn't get much money last run, and so let's see, what do we want to do? At some point we need to unlock the Architect, so let's go ahead and do that. And that will unlock some other things that we can get as well. We could upgrade the Barbarian. Don't need to do that right now. Attack up is definitely a good one to get. Can't recall. I guess the Sky Rune is the only other thing that we could purchase in terms of runes and equipment. And how much did it cost? 525. That'll spend most of my money. So let's go ahead and unlock it just so I can show off what it does. So first of all, here's my dwarf character. He's tiny, but he still hits hard. He's got the same usual spells. Can still do this. But now with the Sky Rune, basically you can see after I finish my double jump, I can like hover in the air for a moment. And I guess it's kind of useful. I haven't used it very much, and so I'm not good at controlling it. The Architect is this other character who I've unlocked. And basically, even though he can prevent, even though the castle is randomly generated, he can prevent the castle from changing. And so if you like the layout of the previous castle, you can talk to the Architect, and he will lock the castle and basically make it such that you see the same castle that you saw last time. However, he takes a big portion of your gold. And I didn't like the castle last time anyway, and so it's relatively rare that we will choose to use the Architect to lock down the castle. Let's advance with this character, with his tiny stature and tiny sword, and see what we can do. Hopefully we'll find some of those rooms that have kind of secret areas that only... Oh dear! I did not see the flame lock at first. And you'll notice as I hit these guys, they get knocked way back. Unless, of course, I hit these guys and they're dead. But we'll find another enemy that I can knock back in a moment. Alright, that painting is going to come to life. And so... Alright, I think when you first wake up a painting, it doesn't take the knockback effect. We'll see the knockback in a moment. Here we go. Yeah, he got knocked way back. And so that's useful because it kind of like keeps too many enemies from kind of closing in on you at once. Oh, let's not get hit by the flame. Or the ice. You'd think the two would cancel each other out. I get hit by both and take no damage. That'd be nice. Instead, I'm taking damage from this little shooty planky trap. Alright, so let's kill him. Great. Oh, there's a skeleton who's going to throw bones at me. There's one of those spike traps. And at this point, I've explained kind of a lot of the basics of the game, and now a lot of it will just be kind of like seeing new enemies and occasionally coming up with new strategies. One thing is, since this character has so much knockback, it's possible to knock some of the enemies down onto the spikes on the bottom, and that's another way that you can kill some enemies, is like knock them into spikes. I don't think the spikes that come out of the ground over here actually hurt the enemies. I think it's only the spikes that are stationary, like the spikes on the bottom there, that actually kill the enemies. However, if you knock the enemies into the spikes on the bottom, the disadvantage of doing that is that oftentimes if they drop money or a chicken leg or something, it'll also fall to the bottom, and it'll be standing on top of the spikes, and you won't be able to get it without taking damage. So there's a trade-off in terms of killing enemies that way. Ouch, 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 ouch. Alright, let's dodge all of these projectiles. Let's knock this guy way back, flame lock. Let's get him shooting in a useless position and then move to a different one. And let's move to the right for now. Alright, once again, this is a type of room that I suck at. Yeah! Darn it. Took damage. And I mean, I've played those rooms. I played through this game a lot, and so I've seen those rooms a dozen times. It's not that I don't practice it, it's just, I don't know, there's something with my internal timing. I'm gonna die in this room. Yikes. That I'm just not good at getting the timing right on those things. Okay, I am about to die, so I need to be very careful to not take any more damage. I'm hoping to get to the other corner of this room, because I think we'll be able to see, like we saw with one of the previous characters, where there was a tiny little hole that only the dwarf could fit through, and so I would like to get there. Those guys can't shoot through walls, and so they're not a threat. I think it might be down here is where I want to go. Oh, crap, crap, those guys can shoot a little bit through walls. But yes, there's the hole that I was trying to get through. Alright, so we get these guys to shoot again. I can kind of hit them through the wall. It's interesting because if they're right up against the wall, they can shoot through the wall. But if they're far away from the wall, they can't. But you can see the dwarf can fit through this little hole in the wall. And so he can actually get to the chest and get the knight chest plate, which is very good. That'll give us some more protection in the future. So I'm glad to have that. So that's an advantage of being a dwarf. And if I can actually avoid damage for a bit, yeah, we might be able to get to another room that'll give us chicken legs. Come on, chicken leg. Find a chicken leg hidden in the furniture. Who would hide a chicken leg in furniture? Why is there so much breakable furniture that has gold hidden inside it? These are questions that we will never know the answer to, because it's Rogue Legacy, and this part of the game metaphor seems to break down. Okay, this is a boss room. We are not going to fight the boss, because we have practically no health. We'll get a little bit more from this chicken leg, so that's good. But we would die in the boss room. I need to remember to use my spell. I always forget about my spells. Here's another chicken leg, and so this means if I go up here, we enter the Maya. We're not going to go into the Maya, because that's going to be scary and awful. Oh, there's the Maya over here as well, but this is actually a safe room. So let's take a quick peek. Ugh, I would die to those guys, probably. Yeah, almost certainly. So let's not go in there. Let's take a look at the teleporter, let's take a look at the map and see where else we can go. I think let's go to the right and then down and search some of those rooms in the castle. And see if there's anything else that we can live through so that we can gain up some money to buy some more things, including that knight chestplate that we just got the blueprint for. So yeah, it's kind of funny, you find the blueprints, and then you have to like spend money to unlock them or whatever, to like use them. Oh crap, there's enemies down here. Whoa, okay. No enemies here. There's enemies back in that room over there. I think I can take them on. Especially if I get this guy to try to shoot through the wall. Yeah, his things got blocked by the wall, great. And then this guy has a pretty slow attack, and so I can run over here and hit him. And run over here and hit him, great. Got some more money. And then there's just some easy furniture to break in here. Is this painting going to come to life? It is not. Great. Another easy room. Got some extra magic, which I still have not been using. I need to remember... I don't know why I always forget about the spell. Whoa! Alright, now I'm going to start using the spell. When necessary or useful. And these bone guys, actually, that would be useful. He's almost dead. I think there's another skeleton behind him, too. Yeah, there is. Alright, and here's... Okay, the Sharite, is that what his name is? Yeah. These guys move a little bit unpredictably. They're kind of like the first tier of an enemy. There's much more difficult versions of them later on that move more quickly and have a little bit more... Can't quite say unpredictable, but definitely more irregular movements in terms of the ways they pause and then restart. Alright, and I want to kill those guys. I want them not to kill me. And so let's try down attack. Crap, didn't work. Alright, but I got them. Alright, let's just dodge, dodge. Zombies, not so bad. Some furniture. Hey, chicken leg, chicken leg! Okay! That just brought us from the brink of death. Okay, there's a room that I suck at. From the brink of death back up to able to stay alive for a little while. Is this painting coming to life? It is not. Great. Some more money. Great. We're already up to 1140. And yeah, by virtue of the fact that you have to spend all of your money, because when you die, you lose it all, that's definitely one of the interesting things about the game. And so there are times where you want to have like really big runs so that you can unlock some very expensive equipment. Thus far, I haven't found that much equipment. The blueprints and the... Yeah, the runes are interesting as well, because like you find a rune, and then you have to like pay the enchantress in order to like equip it or get it or something. So that's another, I don't know, kind of interesting thing about this game. Like rather than just, you know, in Terraria, like you go down and in a cave you manage to find like an awesome piece of equipment, and you just find it and you immediately use it. Instead, this game has like the two-phase thing, so that you find the blueprint for it, and then that character doesn't get to use it, but one of his heirs can then pay money to kind of unlock it and use it. And so, kind of plays into the whole, each character is different and gets a different set of equipment to work with. I'm not good with these spike traps, and so that's why I'm kind of hesitating everywhere over here. I'm just gonna kind of run past this. I do want to get that gold. Oh, wow, we found this again. So, once again, this room is pretty rare, but basically we can pray. And Calypso's Compass. This is actually a very good item, although it doesn't always work out this early in the game. Basically, okay, at the top of the screen there is a compass that is currently pointing to the right. And so there is going to be like a hidden secret room somewhere in that direction. But it might be, you know, in some area that we're ill-equipped to be able to handle. And so that's why it's not lucky to get it kind of early in the game, because it might be the case that your character isn't strong enough to fight his way over to that room. But if he is, it often contains really good stuff. And so we're definitely going to head in that direction and see if we can find whatever Calypso's Compass is pointing at. And alright, and so I went this way, and then I think I turned around, and I don't remember why. Was it a dead end over here? Let's take a look at the map again real quick. No, it might be the case that one of the rooms we've already been in is where the compass is going to point at, and if it is, we will be super lucky. No, it's still pointing to the right. So we need to get further to the right into the forest, probably, which unfortunately means I'm going to have to traverse one of these rooms that I hate. This one. That painting is probably going to come to life. Alright, and so let's... Oh, boy. Do that in order to get the painting to wake up. And then kill it. Okay, great. There may very well be another painting coming later on. And I'm not good at jumping on these things. There is another painting. Oh, crap. Alright. I'm just gonna try to jump over it. Crap, I forgot about the sky rune. I could have been using that the whole way across. I completely forgot that we had the sky rune that would allow us to float. I could have gotten much farther. Alright, that's unfortunate that we didn't get to the Calypso Compass, but perhaps we'll get it again at some point in the future. Let's see who our heirs are this time. We've got a knave, who's an endomorph. That's not very good, although the chakram is a good spell. We'll see all of these things eventually. Flexible archmage, and an archmage who's ambivalous and clumsy. Clumsy, I don't remember what clumsy is, actually. You break a lot of things. But conflux is a good spell, and ambivalous... ambivalous just means that you cast spells in the opposite direction, so if you're facing right, it goes to the left. Conflux is a pretty good spell. And I want to show it off, and it goes in all directions, so it doesn't matter if we're ambivalous. And so, let's see. We managed to unlock a knight chestplate, I think? Yes. And so, this will give us 16 extra armor, which is fantastic. That'll help us stay alive, and so I definitely want to unlock that. I think there's no other things that I can unlock here or from the Enchantress, I don't think. Yeah, we don't have any other runes. And so the rest of our money we are going to spend over here. And so what do we want to do? Attack up is always good. We could upgrade the Barbarian, which possibly unlocks some more character classes over there. I think we need to unlock the Miner to unlock more of the castle over here for more upgrades. And so the Miner is not a great character, but I think it does cause other things to get unlocked. Yes, it does. So we're going to unlock the Miner mostly so that we can start going up the skill tree over here. I've got 400 gold. I can unlock Knave, or unlock upgrading Knave into Assassin. Assassin's actually kind of a decent character. And so let's go ahead and upgrade that. Oh, I've got 215 gold and I need 400 to unlock it. So in that case, let's do health up. It's always good to have more health. All right, and then we spent almost all our gold. So let me show off the Conflux spell. It costs a lot. It costs 30 MP. You'll see up in the upper left-hand corner. These little question marks, I believe, are just because this character is ambivalous, and so it means the spells are going to go the opposite direction. Conflux sends these little thingies that bounce around the room, and they kind of go in all directions until they hit enemies. And so it's a very good spell when you come into a big room and there's a bunch of enemies around. But since we're an Archmage, we have other spells. I've also got an axe, apparently, and you'll notice if I'm facing to the right, it comes out to the left. If I'm facing left, it comes out to the right, because this character is ambivalous. And I've got this little knife spell that we've seen before as well. And once again, I think it's time to check on the time of the episode, so let me take a look. We still have some time, so let's see what this character can do. I think, actually, yeah, I will have Conflux out, because that way I don't have to concentrate on the fact that it's going to shoot in the wrong direction. We've already spent our money, so we will pay the rest of it to enter the castle, and see what kind of random castle we get this time, and see if we can find any more blueprints or runes that'll help our characters really advance. And as well, try to stay alive to get more money. Alright, so is this room... This is similar to... Whoa, whoa, whoa! Oh, clumsy, you break a lot of things. Interesting. It means that anytime you run into furniture, it seems to immediately break, which prevented us, apparently, from being able to get to the top of this room. Actually, with my double jump and my sky rune, I was able to get to the top anyway, but it doesn't seem like there's anything up there. Alright, I'm not sure that I've had a character with the clumsy trait before to know that, and so I learned something today. Alright, we have a lot of jumping power, and so I think what I will do is come over here, And, oop, okay, that was not good. I need to down strike one of these things. Oh, crap. All right, let's jump over this. Let's get on this one. And then this one. Okay, great. And we made it somewhere. Oh my gosh, another one of these rooms? I don't know that I've ever seen two... They're not quite exactly the same, but like two of these almost the same rooms like right together. So on the pause screen, you always check in this room to see if this giant painting is going to come to life. But once again, this talks about one of the other games that the developers of this game have made. You could probably pause the video and possibly read some of that. But yeah, for the most part, not interested in the writing and story and background and all the kinds of things. I just want to play the game. That's who I am. Okay, and so I definitely... Oh boy, I'm so low on health already. This is a reasonable sized room. Let's go ahead and use Conflux just to show it off. And so you see those things bounce around and manage to hit guys kind of all around the room and break some furniture, and I hear one still bouncing around. It can hit you as well. It won't do damage to you, but it'll make the little Conflux orbs disappear. And so it is the case that you prefer not to have them hit you because you want them to continue to bounce around and hit the enemies. Alright, but I need to stay alive, and so I need to be very willing to use my spell to stay alive. That's a bad room. So I don't want to go in there. This is not a great room, but I've got Conflux, and so we will cast it a couple of times to try to take out these bad guys while I panic for a moment. Alright. And now it won't be as bad. Alright. You I can take out. Let's just time it. Alright, and since I'm a mage, I'm not hitting quite as hard with the sword, but my spells are good. Alright, really need to find myself a chicken leg here. There are other ways to regain health that we will discover later on in the series. But yes, that character did not go very far. Alright, that's very sad. Did I get enough money that I'll be able to buy anything good? Let's see. We have a knave who is colorblind but a savant. I don't love that. Archmage, gay, coprolalia. I'm not even sure how to say that. Basically, the character like has a little, exclamation part, ampersand, @ sign, like curses when he gets hit. An Archmage who is stereo blind. You can't see in 3D. That's not bad, and that's a good spell for an Archmage to start with. We'll have a couple of others. Gay has no effect at all. There's some traits like gay and baldness that really don't affect the game at all. I think let's choose this guy because I really like the Chakram and stereo blind. You'll get a chance to see what that is like. And let's see, I didn't unlock any runes or anything, and so we can just spend money on some basic upgrades here. And since I'm going to be some kind of mage, I could do mana up. Yeah, let's do mana up once. And then each time you buy something, all the prices go up, and so it looks like that's all the money that I can spend. Here's what the Chakram does. So first off, you'll notice when I turn left and right, my character kind of flips over, kind of Paper Mario style, and is not three-dimensional. That's what the stereo blind trait is, and the enemies will kind of do that as well. It doesn't have much effect on the game other than kind of the visuals of it. It's slightly distracting, but it's not bad. The Chakram is a good spell. It flies out in one direction and then sweeps back across the room in the other. And so you can use it and like hit enemies kind of multiple times, or hit enemies and it flies through walls. So you can hit a lot of different enemies with that spell. But since I'm an Archmage, I've got two others. I've got the Scythe, which just kind of flies up at an angle like this. And apparently I've got, I forget what this thing is called, some kind of blade. And basically it just sits in one location and kind of hits guys repeatedly over a few seconds. The Chakram is definitely, I think it's almost my entirely favorite spell. I think it's pretty good. And so we're going to use the Chakram to get things started. And at this point, I think we've used up enough time for today, so I hope you guys are having a great day, and in the next episode, we will continue with this character and see if we can make some more progress, unlock some more things, and maybe eventually we'll get to somewhere where we're going to fight one of the bosses. So I hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll see you again soon.